How do I find the right subcontractors? What happens if you don't find the right subcontractor or contractor to do your project? What happens when you do find the right subcontractors? Are you ready to purchase that fixer-upper home and undergo a remodel? Maybe you're new to fix and flip, or someone like me, an investor that focuses on a long-term investing. This one piece of advice can help you avoid stressful time delays and poor quality works that lead to more money out of your pocket. If you want to avoid all these issues, you definitely need to find the right subcontractors. So what happens if you don't find the right subcontractor or contractor to do your project? My experience previously on my first project, the issue I got with my subcontractors were late for showing up to start the project. I gave them half of the deposit. They never showed up. Some of the materials that they purchased, after I paid them for it, they went and returned them and got the money back for themselves. And they did the work incorrectly, so I had to pay another contractor to redo the whole project, which cost me a lot of time, and especially time and money. I am currently on my third renovation, and this is the home I'm completing right now. It's in the city of Linwood, and I have learned a lot from where I started off, from my first home that I renovated to this third house. 3 years that I've been completing projects. So what happens when you do find the right subcontractors? From my current experience, especially with this project that I'm completing right now, compared to my first project, let's start from the beginning, which is demoing the entire house. I found the right company. They came in, gutting the house out from the drywall, electrical, insulation. That process took him 5 days to complete, compared to my first one where I was the one that was tearing the drywall out, thinking I was saving money. And it took me about 3 weeks while I'm working and in the evening going to the project and trying to take the drywall out, the insulation out. So instead of 3 weeks, they came in and did it in 5 days. So that's a lot of time saving. The next part was, once they cleaned it all out, is hiring a good framer. The framers, the company that I chose, took them 7 days to reframe the entire house while they're converting the garage, adding more bedrooms and bathrooms. So that's a short amount of time versus my first house that I started. Part of it I tried to do, but I ran out of time, so I had to hire somebody else to do it. That person that completed it missed a lot of steps, and doing the windows and the doors, the way he framed the project was incorrect. So I had to hire another person to finish the project. Once the framing was completed, we went ahead with plumbing and electrical. I was always blessed to have the right electrical company from the beginning. You know, they completed the project in a week period, meaning that they rewired the whole electrical, low voltage, which is the cable and the internet lines in the house. So I've kept the same electrical company just because they have been always amazing. They'll send 4 people out and they'll knock the job out and they're out of the house. So my electrical company that I've used has been amazing. The plumbing, same thing. The first project was probably one of the most painful plumbing project that I did, just because the person that I've hired pretty much said, you know, pay me hourly rate and then you buy the material. That's how I work. And I went and believed him, and he came to the home, you know, spend a lot of time talking to the other contractors. And it took him about, I'll say, I think it was about 5 weeks to complete the project. So that's a lot of hours that I had to pay him. But the most painful part was, you know, when they buy materials, they'll give me a receipt and I'll pay him for the material. He was buying extra materials, I found out later. So once I paid him, he went back to Home Depot and returned the material and took the money. Finding that out was very hurtful, just because I'm spending a lot of money and I don't know what material he's buying because I'm not a plumber. So when he's buying me, giving me a receipt, I believed him. And I mean, I spent probably a couple of thousand, maybe $3,000 worth of material that he bought that he did not need, that he returned. Once I found that out, I was able to fire him and find another plumbing company that completed the project. So I kept that plumbing company because I realized, again, finding the right contractors to finish the project saves you a lot of money. So with this project, the plumbing company, this is a whole new plumbing, water heater, new line run underneath the house. They were able to come and knock it out in 4 days versus, like I say, with that person that I used originally, took all that time and money. So plumbing was amazing. Again, a quick turnaround for my plumbing. Drywall was another pain point that I experienced on the first project. Again, told, hourly, and you buy the material. Guy literally took 6 weeks to finish re-drying or putting the drywall to the house versus this house. 4 people came in and knocked out the project in 6 days. And the only delay that took them 6 days was they had to wait for the mudding of the drywall before they can sand. But again, quick project, in and out. We're able to clean all this stuff after they were done. Amazing drywall company. Now I'm at the stage of installing cabinets, flooring, and things like that. Same people that I used on the first project, because they were amazing. These cabinets and this countertop was installed in 1 day. They were in and out and clean. Same with my flooring person. They came in 1 day and completed the project. So that's kind of the pain points of having the right people, and you save the money, you get the job done with quality, and I don't have to manage these projects every day, coming in, see if they did it right or wrong. I just hire them, check in with them in the morning, and I'm out. So you might be asking, well, Casa, how do I find the right subcontractors? These are the 3 ways that I've learned the past 3 years on how to find the right subcontractors. The number 1 way is asking other people that have used things that you want to do. Maybe you want to do a drywall and you have a friend or a family member or coworker that you heard has just completed a project. So ask that person and say, hey, how did your drywall go? Were they on time? Did they, get the money and complete the project as they should? Was the quality good? Ask question to other people that is around you to get a good feedback of finding that contractor. And if they do recommend that person to you, try to contact them and ask them a couple of questions like, hey, are you doing a current project? Can I stop by and look? When you do go stop by and look, take a look at the workers that they're using. Is the place a mess, or are they pretty clean and organized? Does it look like it? Talk to the owner if they let you and ask them, say, hey, are they coming on time? Do you feel like you paid a fair price for them? So you need to do your due diligence of making sure that person that refers you is good, but also talking to the contractor and going to their project site and taking a look at it. The second one is just like everybody else, doing online research. I do a lot of online research. People don't have any Google review. I try to avoid it. At least I need to see 20 plus reviews. I kind of read and see what they say, see if they have pictures on the review. So this is kind of important. Yeah, you might be looking at searching electrical company, but if I don't see any review, it's automatically out for me because that takes a lot of time for a person. So when someone does a project for me and they ask me to do a Google review, I'm happy to do it because it doesn't take me that long. I'm satisfied, and I want to help that business owner succeed as well because they did a good job for me. I want other people to believe that when they hire them, they will do a good job. So another way is doing an online research, but also look at their Google business page to see how many reviews they have. And is it all 5 stars, maybe 4? Or if it's all, just because they have a review doesn't mean it's all good. So you want to kind of check and see how many stars they have. So online review is another way to check. And again, you still want to repeat. Once you contact them, you want to ask them, can I stop by a project that you're doing? So just so you can drive by and take a look and see how the project is going, if they let you talk to the owner or the business owner of that project, to just get a feel of it and talk to that owner, especially being on time. And then, are they satisfied? Are they happy? Are they responsive? Meaning that if you see an issue with the electrical or something is different, that they're willing to, change it or fix it right there and then, or are they complaining a lot and giving the owner a headache because they're delaying them and they're not willing to do any kind of change? The last one is social media. I'm a big believer on social media just because who we are is always posted, and if it's very authentic and real, you'll see on social media that person that is posting their work. So my tile guy, that's how I got connected with him. I was just searching for local tile people, contractors. So I followed his page. He was posting regularly at different houses, different areas within the city where I'm looking to do the work. But I just followed him for a while. So I was very impressed with him, the quality work he's posting, the review that people were saying, the pictures was amazing. And sometimes he did teach people how he does tiling, from the base. And my first experience of doing tiling, it was a horrible experience. The tile looked amazing, but ended up, water started leaking underneath the floor because the person that did the tiling kind of did it incorrectly, but I found out too late. So I have to hire this guy to come back and demo it out and redo the whole thing. And he explained to me what things were wrong at that house that caused it to leak. So social media, yes, not everything is believable, but you can always find authentic people that are passionate about what they do. They'll post regularly, they'll educate, they'll show the project, from the beginning to end. So that's kind of one way, but I always go back again to check and make sure, see if they can let you come to a job site to just kind of view their work and let you talk to the owners. So these are my top 3 ways I do my research to find the right contractors. One of the other things I do about money, how do you know if you're getting the right estimate or the right cost for it? I always call 3 companies to give me a bid or an estimate to know, hey, just because this person says $8,000, this person says $2,000, I'm going to go with the $2,000. No, I'm not going to choose that, but at least it gives me an idea what ballpark of the pricing is. So calling 3 contractors kind of help you out to know what price range that the cost of this countertop is going to be. After you find your 3 way of finding the contractor, pick 3 companies to come out, give you a bid. So now financially, you kind of see what the cost of that specific, if you're doing cabinets, installing cabinets and countertop will cost you to do. So hopefully this is a great information to you to know how to find the right subcontractor, whether you're fix or flipping, buying that, fixer-upper house to live in, or again, like me, an investor that buys homes like this, renovating them in good location, and rent them out for long-term investing. If you have a question about remodeling or I left something out on this video, leave a comment below. If you find this information helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.